Welcome everybody to the DHC Sports Show on a Wednesday night. That's right, Wednesday night. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat, and I got with me Mr. Producer, Mr. Mayor, Eric, and Patrick. Well, I know for sure Patrick will not be joining us tonight. Will Eric be joining us? Probably not.
Nope.
Whatever, bro. It is what it is. We'll just the three of us. We'll have some fun tonight. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We got plenty of things to talk about. And somebody already insulted me that I was like, oh, you just want to include this so you can be mad at this person for the, So whatever. It is what it is.
Show me on this doll where I lied.
You're not lying, but it's still insulting. How about this? I felt insulted a little bit, but you were 100% on the button on that. You were. So, anyways, guys, this show is brought to you by Old Ford Baseball Company. If you use the code Dad Hat, that's right, Dad Hat, you're going to get 15% off your full purchase. I missed the sticker club already. Have I told you that already?
I do too.
I already missed the sticker club. I know it can't come back, and I get that. Things. We got to evolve. How's that? And
I can't believe Donnie killed it like that.
He did.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Me. No, it wasn't me.
I think it was him. So, anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. Like I said, this show is brought to you by Old Ford Baseball Company. You guys check it out. I love their support local baseball gear that I look at. It's so cool. I love that stuff. I gotta give you another T-shirt. You know that Upper Deck T-shirt style?
Yep.
That's one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my
awesome.
favorite. And so got to make sure to get that. But since we are here, since we are going to be talking about some sports tonight, why don't we go ahead and talk about the hat that we are wearing? Okay. We're going to start with the last person that came and joined us on the show tonight because, I got to restart it and all this stuff. Mr. Mayor.
So my hat of the day today was my 3930 from the Buffalo Bison for National Chicken Wing Day. And so I figured I'd break out the 5950. I love the orange and white front panel of this one here for National Chicken Wing Day.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah. Fall out the chair here. This was the one I had posted on my hat of the day, which I love this one too because it has wings spelled out there and has the same chicken wing logo on the back of it. But anyway, went with the 5950 for the show. Can't get this one dirty during the work day, so I really don't want to get the other one dirty. But anyway, and I, beer helps, as my shirt says. This is from Old Armor Brewing in Kannapolis, near the ballpark where the Cannonballers play.
Yeah,
but the beer is not. This is Best Day Brewing Electro Lime Cerveza. And I'll be honest, I don't know if this is one that Eric sent me. I think it might be. I'm not sure, but
you don't even know.
I don't know. I mean, when you got this kind of shit in your fridge like I do, you don't even know where it came from sometimes. So
you just that sounds good. I'll go ahead and drink that.
In fact, I just literally looked at this can and saw that it said non-alcoholic. that's how much beer I've got that I don't even know that I have. So this actually either it came from Eric or it was in my beer of the month club that I'm actually no longer doing that anymore. But anyway, cheers.
So if it's non-alcoholic, that means if you make mistakes, you can't blame it on that beer now.
That's right. I also have a little bit of Diet Dr. Pepper left over from Arby's earlier. So
that sounds exciting. I'll tell you in a minute. Anyways, Mr. Producer, what you got wearing today?
Tonight's hat is the Wichita Honkers. I picked it up when I was there last weekend. So we'll go over that.
You were there?
Yes, Mr. Prophet was there too. I got with him for a lot of time.
Phil, that's a really good question.
We'll come back to that. I won't let Virgil finish, and I'll come back and tell you a moment about that because I don't have a private plan. Yeah.
It's the illusion he's trying to be normal. I get that. Now, I've also got a beer here. I kind of forgot I had this because I had to go through a few weeks of medication, so I didn't really get to drink much. But I have the last of the Y series from this batch, the Maple Breakfast Coffee 10W40 from Highwire. So Donnie's beer does not contain alcohol. Mine pretty much contains all the alcohol.
and some maple syrup. You can smell that when you open the can.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's going to punch me in the face when I open this. Let me just go ahead.
Absolutely.
You got to put it next to the microphone so you can hear the.
I have beer on my computer screen. I have to take care of that.
Okay.
Oof, man, that does hit hard.
It's maple.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing a wonderful, beautiful hat today, my Puerto Rico, Caribbean series for the league of Roberto Clemente League in Puerto Rico. So I was feeling a little nostalgic. I miss it. Was missing home, and I was like, you know what? I want to wear this one today. And it's one of my favorite hats. I absolutely love this logo. I absolutely think it's an amazing logo. So
that is an awesome hat.
Yeah, I love this thing. You should get it. They're on sale. Anyways, listen. I'm not drinking any beer. I have been going solid for about 3-4 weeks now of no alcohol. Okay. So I'm making some changes in my life, and then of course, water, a whole jug of water. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that's happened this last week, guys. So a couple of things. Before we continue, I want to make sure I make a couple of announcements. All right, because I haven't told you guys, but we're making some changes here at the DHC Sports Show. All right. Start going forward. We're going to go on Wednesday nights. The show is going to be Wednesday nights, still the same 2 hours. We might go over, depending on how much stuff we have going on, especially during the NFL and college football season. We're going to, have that. The Monday night show still going on. I'm going to be coming back to the Monday night show. Try to stay away, but these guys are like, Ed, we need you. And I'm like, okay, twist my arm. Totally kidding. They didn't say that. They say actually stay away.
I remember that differently.
Yeah, I know. I don't play different in my head. It's don't worry about it. It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. It's cool. It don't play different in my head. And so, but yeah, the Monday Break Even Sports Show, it's still going to be on at 8:30. It's gonna get exciting because obviously, like I said, college football's coming back, and all three of us are massive fans of the FCS football, and so it's gonna be an exciting season because a new powerhouse has to take over now.
Yeah,
right?
we've had a couple jump to the bigger ranks, so to speak.
Exactly. So this is gonna be interesting. So we're gonna be doing that. And then Sunday night, 9 p.m. starting this Sunday, coming up, Donnie and I will be doing the DHC podcast, but it's also going to be going live as well. Going to be going live on YouTube and on TikTok. So if you have TikTok, like the two of us, because the producer is too cool for TikTok, get on TikTok, follow us, give us a follow. So those are changes. There you go. I got you, Phil. It's good to see you, brother. Mark, what's happening, my friend?
Hey, Mark.
So basically, you're saying I can crash the Sunday one whenever.
100%. You are more than welcome to come.
Anything that's said there is going to be posted on Tuesday as part of the podcast too. So.
Bingo.
Like everything I say here is already on YouTube. I mean, come on.
I mean, I think I've been doing a pretty good job with posting some good shorts.
I love when Ed posts them and it crops it down so much that the first thing I see when I click on the video is like Virgil's nose hair or my mustache. I guess we're like,
I don't do that. No, that's just weird. Don't do that again.
Don't do that again.
Yeah. I don't do that. Do you know that, right?
I know you don't. I think it's hilarious the way it crops it down like that.
I know, dude.
Oh my gosh, that is like zoomed in.
It is. It's hilarious, but it's automatically done by my system that I use to create the shorts, which, by the way, have been very good shorts lately. And on TikTok, they have been going wild. The accusations are insane. Okay. And of course Phil said, blow your nose, Donnie.
Yeah, there's that.
So, but I think I've been doing a pretty good job with maintaining the shorts, and I think they've been pretty good on social media. So
I just want to address Phil's comment about the flight getting canceled real quick, because there was something funny happened yesterday in addition. So yeah, of course, our flight out Sunday, we found out Sunday morning on the way to the airport that our flight had already been pushed a couple hours.
Mhm.
And we're like, okay, well, all right. Because of a mechanical issue. They
If you say
get
so.
there and they tell us it's going to bump back to about 1:30. We're supposed to leave at 10. We're going to bump back to, or 10:30, 1:30, 2 o'clock. They're trying to work on it. They're trying to get a mechanic over there. And we see the plane out there. You can see it sitting there.
Clear as day.
Clear as day, right out the window. I mean, this is a tiny airport. I mean, Sheets and QT are about as big as this airport. And it just keeps getting bumped and bumped and bumped. And we were like, I don't even see anybody out there working on it. Like they were fueling it at one point and blah, blah, blah. So at 5 o'clock, they cancel it, which they basically ruined our whole day. If they'd have just canceled it at 12 o'clock, we could have gone and got back in the water.
I know, right? I know.
Come on.
I know, dude. Like this is getting. It's not helping him. But
I know.
let's continue.
But all we could do at that point was get a place to stay. Which I mean, we were fortunate. A lot of people were like, American Airlines is trying to find them a place to stay. You had some families of 6 and 8 trying to cram into like a hotel room for the night because that's all they could find. And there's not a lot of hotels. So anyway, we were fortunate. We were able to go back to the house that we had. But it was basically go back there, find a place to get something to eat, and that was about it. And then get up the next morning and try it. So we get up the next morning. It's pushed again. Pushed it out an hour, pushed it out a second hour. We're thinking, oh, man, here we go again. Fortunately, we finally got on the plane and got out of there. So what we found out, though, is on Monday, the flight that was supposed to be coming from Charlotte to Exuma got canceled because the plane they were supposed to use was the one we still had in the Bahamas that never made it back on Sunday to turn around and come back on Monday. So those people were stuck in Charlotte for a night rather than in the Bahamas for an extra night.
And you want us to feel bad?
No. I'm just explaining how American Airlines. So this even gets worse for American Airlines. Yesterday, American Airlines had an all-stop grounding for a while because of an IT issue on their computers. So could you imagine if we had not got out of there Monday, we were sitting there Tuesday and then also couldn't get out? It would have been crazy.
This is an IT issue. Have they tried turning it off and turning it on again?
I assume that's what they probably did. I don't know. But
have you cleared your cookies?
I wish I did have a private jet at that point because I would have gotten the hell out of there. So anyway, you can't feel sorry for me, being trapped.
We do not. I don't know what part of you thought that we were going to feel bad about it.
I didn't think you would. I knew you would.
No, there's zero chance that we were going to feel bad that you got stuck in the Bahamas for an extra day.
I know.
Oh, darn. I literally texted him and I said, oh, no.
Oh, no. So bad.
It's like the plane was like, oh, no, they gave me an extra steak. What am I going to do?
I know. Oh, God.
And unfortunately, it's on American Airlines. They're going to pay for that extra night, so a free extra night.
Oh no!
Essentially, at least we hope they will pay for it. They took the information to pay for it, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, they'll pay for it. It'll just take about 6 to 8 months,
probably
for a year. So I'm gonna leave Mr. Producer here for the last because I gotta give. So yesterday. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but in this household, a little one was, little Miss Mia, was her birthday yesterday. And she turned 8, right? Hi, you can come over here. Sorry, kiddo. And so she wanted sushi for dinner. So we went to sushi, very good place. 8 years old, sushi. You know what I was eating at 8 years old? It wasn't sushi.
Not sushi.
It's stuck in the top, kiddo. You're not going to be able to open it. And so she wanted to sit by the bar because she wanted to see the guys make it. And I was like, no, I want to go sit comfortable. I want to go see in the booth and everything. You know what?
We got free sushi.
Exactly. I should. Why did I ever doubt her? There she is. You see her right there. Guess what we got?
Free sushi. Free sushi.
And it was so good. It was, it's a dragon egg, or else it's called, right? Yep, dragon. And I'm telling you, it was yum. So yeah, this kid, sushi, 8 years old. So there it is.
Sushi bougie.
I know. I blame the wife. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just 100%.
You're not bougie. I know that.
No, not even close. So, all right, guys. So someone here was on a nice little road trip this past week.
We already talked about Donnie.
No, not Donnie. I'm talking about you, my friend.
Yeah, it was
I
a
said
pretty nice
road trip.
though.
He didn't take a road trip. He took a
No,
fly trip.
I went to a no roads trip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was walking on the sand, doing white people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you, my friend, went on a nice little road trip, and you got to experience something that I have not done, and I really want to do. I know Donnie and also wants to do it, so please.
Yeah. So what Ed's alluding to is I went to a Wichita Wind Surge game.
Congratulations.
So wait, was that not? No. Okay. So
that's part of it. We haven't been to one either. So
yes, I did go to Wichita this weekend. Usually my road trips do not involve me staying in the same city for more than a day, but
it's true.
This was a good reason to do this. So I got there. Went to Memphis. Was going to try to go to the game there, but had bad traffic. So got there till like it was the 7th inning. So at that point, it's like, whatever. I'll just go, get drunk at Beale Street instead. So for Wichita, I was there, but I wasn't there just for the Wind Surge game. I was there for baseball round the clock, the NBC Baseball World Series. So, of course, we have talked about the NBC Baseball World Series here before, a tournament with a bunch of collegiate woodbat teams from different leagues that are affiliated with the National Baseball Conference.
Correct. And
usually this is a multi-day tournament. I actually arrived in Wichita for opening day, but did not go because it was like 8 o'clock at the time. And I was too busy trying to get my connection working with you guys, which was
I know that was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. But Saturday and Sunday, I spent 33 plus hours in a ballpark at Wichita State, the X Stadium, while Donnie was enjoying Bahamas chasing sharks.
And it was storming like crazy over here.
Absolutely.
The weekend.
So for the event itself, I'm not going to go into too much detail because there will be a certain podcast where we're going to really be breaking into.
Oh, you don't want to go? Okay, earn fun average.
I could go game by game, but that's going to take up like 2 hours.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give us.
So condensed version, yes, I was able to stay up the entire time. I did not sleep because I did not even take a nap because I was doing scorekeeping for all the games. I even tried to attempt the exhibition game, and it would have worked out if they told me beforehand that there were more batters than slots I had available.
I was wondering if you tried to do that game because that looked fun as hell for Terry and Eric.
Oh, it was.
I was curious like how the scoring would go because of the number of balls and strikes was off different, the way the outs were recorded.
Yeah, the balls and strikes were very much on fives at that point. So, yeah. But the way that outs were recorded were kind of the same. So instead of a pop out, I call it a bounce out because if it bounces once and it's caught, then it's out.
Right.
But yeah, once I was going, because I started it with the first few names and then I got to name 10 and I'm like, I don't have a slot for that. And I'm trying to think of like, okay, there's got to be a way I can work around this. And then it became 11, then 12. And I'm like, okay, there's too many names. So I had to abandon the project after two innings worth. But all the other games I do have complete scorebooks on. And I think it was Zach said on the picture that I looked like I was about to keel over at the final picture. Yes, that was pretty much true. Like I said, I did not nap. I did not sleep. I took a lot of long blinks, I will say. But
a long what?
Blink. You know, when you blink and you close your eyes and you wake up and it's 10 minutes later, you know those kind of blinks?
Oh, yeah, power naps.
Or the ones you do at the stoplight when it turns red and you're like, I'm going to close my eyes.
And someone honks a horn behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
But I would say all but one of the games were really fun. A lot of them, some of them were run ruled, some of them were very competitive. There was one that I felt like I almost wanted to stop becoming a baseball fan because of it.
Oh, wow.
Because it was just, it seems like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong with that game, including a 6th inning stretch.
Come again.
The announcer, I guess with the staff and all that were also up at that time, but they rotate announcers, they rotate crews. the announcer, and this was for the Austin Gold Sox, which had Dayton Talkie, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that, from Oklahoma. The guy who's been basically crushing it in the College World Series.
Yeah.
And this was up against the Oklahoma Lookouts. So first off, the first problem with that game was they didn't even do roster announcements or lineups at all. So luckily I already had score sheets for all that. So I kind of found that weird. But during the 6th inning, after Austin finishes up the bat, the announcer says it's time for the 7th inning stretch. And I'm looking at Eric, I'm looking at Joe. I'm like, what's going on? Like, we don't know what's going on. And I legit thought, oh my God, I slept through an inning and did not realize it. But that was not the case. And then later on, when the 7th inning comes around, they have a tradition in the 8th inning where they do Sweet Caroline. So that played after that. And I'm befuddled at this point because I'm thinking, is there some kind of rule where they can cut an inning during time? Like, I'm trying to logically make sense instead of just thinking, no, this guy just screwed up. And then the 8th inning finishes up, and then he plays Sweet Caroline again, realizing his mistake, but he didn't own up to it. He's kind of like just brushed it off like it didn't.
Just
like
kept it going.
Yeah. So that game went on for a long, long time, and that was the heat of the day on a Sunday. So that was probably the most brutal out of the games. That was probably the first time I was questioning, am I going to make it? And Zach, thank you. I will tell you this: I would love to do it again. I probably will do it again, but I will not be scorekeeping again.
Because I'm actually surprised that you actually kept the whole thing. I mean, I would have thought that you probably would have done a game or two and then just like chill for the rest of the time.
And I am crazy sometimes.
Well, we know this.
Well, he also is one of these. Is like, if I do one game, I need to do all of them so I have the complete set of the tournament.
That's a fair assessment. For me, it was just I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing do the event. It's another thing to kind of add another layer for that. Because to me, it's like, imagine like this is like a school thing. Like, you've got your graduate course and you have your doctorate. This was my doctorate for scorekeeping. I wanted to tackle this. I wanted to do this to see if I could. And ultimately, yes.
I can foresee not scorekeeping that many games in a row also being a challenge for you.
No, because I would eventually just start drinking.
Okay.
And power napping.
At that point. Because really, the part that sucked the most for me was there were like 40-minute breaks during the game. So all of our cars were on the outfield side when we came back in. And when we walked in, game's over, we walk out, we got like 40 minutes. It takes like maybe 10 to even just get to the cars, and maybe 5. So like so Shannon brought like hot dogs and food. So we grilled out for a little bit, got to eat, but I had to go back sooner before everybody else so I can go ahead and get lineups, get situated, and get everything taken care of before the first pitch. And everybody else can just kind of come in, just whenever, as long as they get in before check-ins.
Right.
And check-ins I thought was going to be kind of interesting how they went. I did not like how they did it from a scorekeeping standpoint, because there were some things I had to like look over, because like you check in on the third base concourse or the first base. So like the game's kind of covered. So you can only go off the scoreboard or whatever you can see. Luckily, there were some people helping me, feeding me information to get it right. But the check-ins were okay, except for some of the locations on that.
Did they change it up from spot to spot?
Yes, it was never the same spot twice. So sometimes it was over on first base side, sometimes it was over on third base, sometimes it was behind the elevators, behind home plate. One time it's out by the flagpole on the outfield. The best one, though, was to check in by the RV of the Wichita State baseball coach. Because, and Eric told me this, but I think around midnight during that check-in, he and his staff will go out there and grill hot dogs for everybody.
Oh, wow.
So I got to basically meet the whole Wichita State staff that was there. I got to high five the coach. So that was a good experience to see that. So that was definitely kind of nice. The night games, or really the morning games, those were probably just that's when the adrenaline was rolling for me, because it's like it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I am watching a baseball game right now, and I am like ecstatic.
And it's finally cooled down. So
it finally cooled down too. That was another thing. The sun coming up, doing the sunrise during some of the games too. That was it's just the unique features is what kind of drove that. Seeing that for the first time just made it happen. It was good. Concessions, they were pretty standard. They did have biscuits and gravy in the morning with mimosas.
I saw Joe post that. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, Joe had that. So that was kind of a nice touch. I avoided any alcohol during that time for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So, it was definitely enjoyable. I would definitely do it again for sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to do it. I'm hoping that next year that weekend will be available for me and something won't get booked that I can't get out of.
The problem is during the time of the year where it's like the wife's birthday, the daughter's birthday. So it's like, guys, I love you, but I got to go do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's very difficult for me to go and say like, I'm going to go do this but not going to celebrate your birthday. So it's, you know what I mean?
They don't want a birthday trip to Wichita?
No, not a chance in hell.
They can fly Wichita.
They don't even want to do a full game. What makes you think they're going to do?
No, they don't have to do the game. They go to Wichita and do the other fun stuff to do in Wichita.
They're not. No,
you're doing.
No, not a chance. It will be cool though. The one thing that I wish you would have done, and obviously you don't do this, so but Eric, like being a podcast, was like videos of this, you know what I mean? Some content for YouTube or for Instagram to see the experience, like high-fiving the coach, the Wichita State coach, things like that would have been able to be cool to see. So like me as someone who's like, we're doing this, I'm like, if I would have done this, I would have brought all my gear to do a live stream show over there.
So right. two problems with that.
Okay.
One, as you could tell from Thursday, my phone reception was absolute shit.
Okay.
Two, if I was not scorekeeping the games and actually getting up and doing that more, that would make sense. But my phone was about to run out of battery as much it is. I bought a battery backup, which failed by like Sunday afternoon. Or Sunday morning. So I thought about that, but like I said, that's not me. Really, Eric. I know Eric. I know Terry was doing stuff.
Yeah,
I get it, Mark.
Yeah, he was posting a few things from around different spots around the stadium.
Yeah,
I think if I was not doing what I was doing, I probably would have tried to do more.
I got you.
But ultimately, that was my first experience, so it's kind of like I don't know how that would be something I can see more Eric doing.
Yeah,
but that's just not. I wouldn't have ever thought about that for my first experience because I'm just trying to take everything in.
Yeah, it's just a lot to take in. Yeah, I got you.
But I see where you're coming from with that. That's just
yeah.
And I try to do stories as long as I can, but then it's like I got to preserve my phone battery.
I'm with you, Mr. Mayor. You want to explain?
Oh, what's going on? We're talking sports. We're talking about the NBC World Series college wood bat tournament over the past weekend in Wichita, Kansas. And we'll get to a couple of the teams that have advanced and working towards the championship here in a moment because 2 of the 4 teams are set for the Final Four already today. But yeah, we're going to talk some other sports here coming up in just a little bit. So yeah, sit back and listen to us talk sports.
It's not the Final Four. It should be the quarters because 4 teams got buys.
Oh, okay. Well, there's 8 teams playing today.
Right. So there's 4 teams that won their groups that got by.
Oh, I got you. So these 4 teams are playing to get to the quarter.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. Just real quick while we're on it then, let me just mention the Austin Gold Sox, which you were talking about in that crazy game. They advanced earlier today by beating Texas Army 3-2. The Seattle Blackfins beat the BTL Hornets 3-1 a little while ago.
By the way, the Seattle Blackfins logo is legit.
Yeah.
So I do have to say this real quick. Texas Army was probably one of my favorite teams to watch.
Yeah.
Just because you can tell from the talent disparity with everybody else, but they have fight in them. They were competitive in their games.
Okay.
Seattle Blackfins actually stayed at the hotel I was at.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, their hats only have fins on it. They didn't have the Blackfish logo on a hat. So I was kind of a little not disappointed, but it's like, oh, that's a little bummer. But I got to talk to some of the players at the hotel earlier. They came back. I think they beat TPA Texas in their first game, and they had to come from behind. So their coach was already kind of. He was nice to talk to. Don't get me wrong, but I can tell he was like, we'll do better on Sunday.
Well, cool. Well, yeah. So they're moving on, and then the game that's going on right now, as of a few minutes ago, top of the third, Liberal BJs, one of our favorite teams.
That's right.
And Hutchinson Monarchs are tied 1-1 currently. So.
Yeah,
okay.
that's a big one right there, because really out of Hutchinson and Liberal probably had not the best performances, but definitely were up there with better performances of.
I got you. I am a fan of that. I cannot wait for the hat to get here.
Yeah. Well, we'll get. Eric said he would bring it to Iowa.
In Iowa.
So.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Speaking of Iowa,
exactly.
Our corporate media meetup will be taking place the weekend of the August 28th. So, guys, come join us. Come hang out with us. We're going to go to Colonels and then the Quad City River Bandits. Jesus, the Quad City River Bandits. That we're going to do 2 different games, and then also we're going to go to the Field of Dreams movie site. We're going to hang out, play some baseball. Not really play, so just play catch, and then hang out over there. So come join us again, August 28th, in Iowa. I'm excited for that, man.
I'm working on a T-shirt. I think I'm going to sell the T-shirts because I know a lot of the guys that have asked about them. I've done them for some of the members of Kerber Media, and rather than do that, I think I'm just going to put this out there. And if you want to order one, you can pre-order one, and I'll bring it to you.
Joe Sheets.
I knew what he was going to do. Something that was once a free utility, he's now charging for.
Exactly.
This is how it gets.
Stream. Yeah, now, I'm just covering costs. I'm not making any money on these. I don't want to make money on these. I don't want anybody to think I'm making money on these.
Too late.
I just want you to know that, yeah, it's just going to be pre-order. So I'll put something out in the next week or so with that.
Mm-hmm. You see that, Virgil? You see how that goes? That bullshit right there.
So before we move on, I do want to answer some of the questions that came through.
Please do.
Or the comment. Well, I'll just say this. Yes, I know his picture is on the website. There's probably going to be, if they use the picture from this year with the Sasquatches, I would be surprised if it's changed again. But I did get to meet some of the staff from the NBC, and that was a pleasure to talk to them. So I have to commend Eric for the connection on that one. And for Phil, the comment about the hallucinations, I do have to tell this story. So during the Sounders, for the check-ins, they play a cuckoo clock sound. A cuckoo clock sound.
Okay.
So that's the sound that usually you have 10 minutes to check in, get your hole punched on your lanyard, and then you can, go back and enjoy the game or do whatever. So whenever I heard it immediately, you set up, you go and all that. Then, of course, there were silent ones also. And the silent ones were definitely kind of the fun ones because you have to actually pay attention. Well, I get home Tuesday night, and we have a old style cuckoo clock from Germany that is older than me. And I wind it up for the night because it hasn't been touched in a few days because my mom's in Canada right now. And I'm going to bed, and I hear the cuckoo already up. I was like, oh, wait, no, I have to go back. I have to actually go to bed. So it was a Pavlovian experience because it's like I hear that sound and I'm up. It was like, okay, time to go check in.
Wow, the psychology on this, it's insanity.
Well, I was thinking it's like it only happened that one time. And I was thinking, because okay, I know I was there for 33 hours, but surely it wouldn't have taken that long to have such a response to that. So I just thought that was kind of funny. So that's the only true hallucination. But yeah, did not get sunburned, which was nice. As I need to go back and look at Eric's before and after group picture because I'm pretty sure with the after picture I look almost 3 shades darker. And then,
we're not gonna say that out loud though.
do you know where like the worst place I didn't get sunburned, but there was a place that I thought was going to get close, and it was a place I did not think about putting sunscreen on.
Your forehead?
No, my feet.
Oh, you're wearing flip flops.
I wasn't wearing flip flops. That was the problem. So that was a close call because I take off my shoes when I got home. I was feeling the itching and the burning. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. But
A lot of people always forget to put sunscreen on their feet if they're like, when they're at the beach and stuff like that. That's the one place a lot of people. I've done it. I know that because I've done it myself.
Me too.
Right. So it's one of those things that you just forget, dude.
oh, and like I tell you guys, I rarely put sunscreen on.
Why is that?
Well, because of my melanin levels are higher than some people. But
I got you.
even with that, it's like I'm not gonna take any chances on this. I'm gonna put
No, I wouldn't either.
yeah. So,
Well, in a situation like that, you're just sitting there, so it's not like you're moving around. You're kind of in and out of shade.
You're just staying put.
You're
most
just
of
like
the time.
sitting
Yeah.
and cooking. Even though y'all were in a shaded area, it's still bright and you're still getting sunlight.
That just reminded me of the day that we were in Tampa for the Bulls game. The USF game.
yeah.
Dude, man, we were cooking, bro.
That was cooking. That was yeah.
if only somebody got us tickets in the shade.
If I wouldn't have been scammed by the USF girl there at the ticket booth.
You're just like, oh, cute girl. Let me
I
talk.
asked about tickets in the shade. That's what she gave us. So she doesn't even know.
I know.
where I'm staying.
In your defense, you did ask for tickets in the shade, and she's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but see, like none of us were really around him.
The sun.
None of us were really around him during that part.
True
You guys were over at the store. I was trying to, make sure he wasn't going to punch the girl through the window. And, I don't know what he said.
Touche.
I did want to address this with Mark because he said that his daughter's birthday was like 2 days after Christmas. And so he's double the presents. Rhonda's birthday is the week after Valentine's Day. So almost 40 years of being together, February kills me. mid February, like Valentine's, I got to figure out the flowers and the gift, and then the very 7 days later, it's the birthday. So
July is the day for me.
Yeah,
is the month.
Yeah.
July is
because you said the daughter and the wife and the daughter. Yep.
And so, hey, Zach says, is it sunscreen on the feet or foot powder and change of socks?
I don't know.
He'll get back to you. He'll get back to you on that one. Really quick, guys, just make sure that you're telling your friends. Currently, we're a little bit over 600 followers on YouTube. And make sure you also go on TikTok. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers here on the channel. So make sure that you guys are telling each and every single one of your friends about the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. And then, again, we're going to be in Iowa at the end of August, so come check it out or come hang out with us. I'm very excited. Been to Iowa already, but never been to the Field of Dreams, which I'm super excited about to do. So,
yeah, same here. That's been on my bucket list for quite some time.
Same. All right, Mr. Producer.
Yes.
What we got?
So, baseball trade deadline is coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Rapidly approaching, but there's really kind of all the talks I'm seeing is about Yankees and Mets, which you don't want to talk about that. No one cares about those.
No one cares about the Yankees.
The big question right now is Scooble going anywhere or not is the main thing. Apparently, Atlanta is looking like a possibility. But
did you know what other team? I'm sorry to cut you off, but do you know what other team that I saw that they're trying to get? Who's trying to get him? Tampa.
Oh, okay.
That is really outside of what Tampa does.
I know.
Well, new owner is going to do something different, I guess. Huh?
That is true.
But imagine if Tampa gets him, dude.
I mean, they're in the driver's seat right now in the East anyway. And usually they're the ones losing pitchers after scrambling together a decent season to get into the playoffs. So if they pull off that'd be something there.
Imagine. Ed, this is a weird trade deadline. I haven't heard Stephen Kwan trade, but shh. We're not talking about that, okay?
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think so either. You know why he's not going anywhere? And I'll say this. He's been going through a little bit of a rough patch lately with Cleveland. And so his numbers are down from last year and even the previous year. He's been on a little bit of a decline. Now, defensively, he's a great player. He's really good. But I think he's been hurting a little bit because of the injuries to Ramirez. Right now, his focus is more on him. He's one of the better hitters. So now that Ramirez is back, will we see that? I don't know, but I think that's why he's going to stay in Cleveland. I don't think he's going anywhere right
Cleveland's,
now.
I mean, without like you said, without Ramirez, without the Nailers and some of the other players y'all had the last couple of years around him in the lineup, it's probably a little tougher for him to produce offensively because you guys aren't really doing anything offensively. I mean, you're hanging in, but
We
you're not
suck offensively.
right.
I'll say it.
Offensively, you're just not doing anything.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I did see though too, and I don't know if you guys seen this, that there could be a possibility that Lindor gets traded back to Cleveland. I'll take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn that down.
I'm not turning that down at all. I am all for it. You know what I mean? By the way, Donnie, do you have the Wrexham game on?
I do not. My Apple TV remote's still downstairs. I didn't charge the other one. I actually have the NBC World Series game on right now.
It's 0-0 right now. 0-0.
But no, I don't have Wrexham on.
Against Liverpool.
Is that on ESPN?
Yeah, it's on ESPN app.
On ESPN, yeah.
Okay, well, I will throw it over here in a window real quick.
There you go. Anyways, good trade. There's another one that I saw. Arias might get traded out of San Francisco. I'm sure he will welcome that with open arms.
I saw where he might go back to. I think it was Tampa there as well that they were talking about with him.
Who was it that somebody just got traded out of Arizona?
I don't know. I'm trying to think on Arizona.
I didn't read about an Arizona trade.
Oh my God. Where the hell did he go?
All right, there. I got Wrexham up here now. So Zach's not wrong about that. Lindor going to the Yankees, that would be nice.
I did see as well.
I haven't seen anything about a Diamondbacks trade.
Yeah, I didn't think I had seen anything, but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Yeah. There's a rumor floating around, but I haven't. Yeah,
there's a rumor. Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
That's just passing off false information. I feel like a trail.
Oh my God, no! I did see it, and now I lost it
because it wasn't even real to begin with.
It probably wasn't. I just saw that, and I just kept scrolling. I saw it, then I just kept scrolling, and I just forgot it. Anyways, and Zach, I will not put this on the screen. But this whole Stephen Kwan thing, we're not doing that.
What, this thing?
Ah, come on, you son of a!
It's not my thing.
That's a lot of people that are looking to get traded, man. That's insanity.
I mean, at what point, if you're the Mets, do you just like? I mean, it's like they keep trying to spend money and they keep misspending that money for some reason.
Who?
The Mets. Like they have not gotten anything out of all the dealings they've done.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Does it make sense for the Mets to do just tear down of what they have and start fresh?
You are 8 games back from the Nationals. Yes.
Huh? Yeah.
You are 8 games back from the Nationals. Yes.
I mean, I don't know how they get out of some of these contracts, but I would just be like, you know what? We're not going to sign all these big name players. I mean, they must have a shit farm system to begin with, which I really don't know. I mean, I guess I haven't really heard anything spectacular about anybody in their farm system at some of the other minor league teams. But
Mm.
yeah, maybe they've traded them all away or done something with all these big contracts that they've had. But yeah, they need to quit worrying about spending. They need to quit trying to be George Steinbrenner back in the day and just get players that work together instead of a bunch of stars that can't
That's
gel.
the problem. I think that he just wanted to go for this big splash, and then it never worked out.
Well, and we talked
Donnie.
about that with the Padres a few years ago, getting all these big name players, and they just didn't go together as a team.
Yeah.
Donnie.
Yeah.
Would you like to guess what ranking the Mets farm system is? And this is as of the updated MLB system rankings.
Dead last.
I'm not gonna go dead last, but I'll say 26.
You say 26. Ed says dead last. The answer is 28.
Oh,
Bonus
I'm
question.
2 off.
Bonus question. There are 2 teams that are ranked below them. Who do you think they are?
Oh, wait. I like this question. This is a good question. I like this.
Is it the Athletics?
It's not the Athletics. Braves are the 26th, by the way. So that's also kind of telling that why they're probably going to be buying a lot more.
Angels.
Angels is 29.
I wanted to say Angels, but I didn't want to offend Zach.
I didn't either, but I started thinking about the Angels farm teams, and none of them are doing very well.
Careful what you say, Donnie.
The Rockies? No, not the Rockies. I'm not going to say the Rockies.
I don't think the Rockies have that.
The Rockies.
I think the Rockies are in the high 20s, possibly.
I'm going to go with a weird one,
or low 20s. But anyway,
I might be off on this one, but Philly.
It is not Phillies. Let me take a look and see where the Rockies are. Rockies are
like 21, 22.
Phillies are 22. Rockies. Okay, I'm in the teens now, and I've still not seen them. Still going. 9.
Really?
Number 9.
So they've been stashing a bunch of players with these bad seasons, I guess.
All right, I got two for you then.
Okay.
One of them, the Cardinals.
Nope.
Okay. It's probably an obvious one that we're just missing.
It's not an obvious one because this team is actually not doing bad right now.
That's what I was thinking, and I'm trying. Is it Texas?
Right state, wrong team.
Houston.
Do not say the Houston Astros is the worst farm system.
Houston Astros, as of this ranking, ranks 30 out of 30.
Wow. I would have never thought that it was the Houston Astros. I would have put the Miami Marlins below, before I would have put Houston.
Dang.
And number 1 is the Los Angeles Dodgers, in case anybody was curious.
No one cares about the Dodgers.
Where is the Marlins? The Marlins are...
I feel bad for the Angels because the Angels, they're good. They were a good feel-good story when Mike Scioscia was there. You remember that?
Yeah.
I enjoy that whole time, and it's just falling off. Like, I feel bad. Again, I'm with Zach on this one. I wish Mike Trout would just waive his no trade clause, but man, that dude is loyal to a fault, right? So he can go and try to at least win a championship before his career is over.
I've been surprised that being a Philly guy, he has not waived it and tried to get it to the Phillies.
Donnie, we said to win a championship.
Yeah, Philly just got swept by the Marlins, bro.
Well, I know, but I mean, I'm talking about like in the last few years when Philly was contending more so than maybe they are now. Maybe they just didn't need him, obviously, either. But you don't turn Trout down. You could send Marsh or one of those other guys from the outfield to the Angels if you can get Trout, and if you put Trout in there with what's his face? God, name just went right out of my head. First baseman, Harper. Yeah.
Fuck Bryce Harper.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you put them together in the same lineup, Philly might have something, although they need pitching more than they need.
All right, so let's just take Philly out of the equation right now.
Yeah.
Let's say that Mike Trout goes, okay, I'm waiving my no trade clause, but here are the teams that I'm going, and that's it. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm only going to these teams. If you were to pick a team or two, what teams do you think he would be like, yeah, I'll go there? In your opinion. Now, mind you, he's not going to, if he gets traded, he's probably going to be not going to be the everyday starter. Because they want to keep him as fresh as possible.
I don't think he would do it, but it would be funny if he pulled an Ohtani and went over to the Dodgers and stayed in LA.
Look at Joe. Joe, you're on point with that one. I say Atlanta.
Atlanta was the one I was going to say to start with. I could see him waiving a no trade clause and trying to go to Atlanta. I don't know that he would go to the Yankees, but I wouldn't rule it out either. Does he know about waffle?
Atlanta would be a good. I think that would be a good place for him to go.
Yeah. And he would elevate them even more. I mean, they're doing good right now, finally, but
yeah,
they're still Atlanta. They still can Atlanta this season away if they don't watch it. So
that's the problem, Zach. I'm with you there. He has a monster contract that nobody wants to pay for. Angel will I think not still eat some of that contract. I think they will have to eat a lot of that contract.
There will be a lot of dead money for the Angels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I would actually kind of go out of left field here and say Tampa.
I like that.
I just don't know why. I think that would just be kind of especially if they're continuing the trend that they're on right now and actually going to contend for a World Series.
I mean, could you imagine if he did waive it this year and they pulled off and got Mike Trout and Scooble?
Whoa.
They'd instantly be the favorites for the World Series.
Can I give you another team? They're not going to do it, but it would be a very intriguing team. The White Sox.
I thought you were going to say Cleveland. I was going to slap you.
No, I knew you were going to say Cleveland. I was thinking possibly the Cubs, just because Cubs typically can spend the money like that. But I think the White Sox would be fantastic too.
Imagine if he goes to the White Sox. No, man, he's not going to Cleveland, man. Nobody wants to come to Cleveland. Come on now.
LeBron didn't even want to come back to Cleveland.
Right, exactly. He's like, nah, dude, I did that twice. I'm not doing that a third time. I'm out.
But we'll get to that later. But yeah, he also told the people in Philly, yeah, I'm not living there either.
Yeah, he's living in New York. We know that the Royals are probably going to be sellers. The Tigers are probably going to be sellers. The Twins are going to be sellers. So it's like the only two teams that I see making any kind of trades right now, and it will be Cleveland and Chicago. And Cleveland is not going to make any big splash. They're not known for making big splash, so that's why I'm not putting Cleveland in that. Although they should make a splash for like a good bat. And I've been saying this for how long we've been doing the show, and I've been saying this every deadline.
Yep,
we need a big bat.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Reds are. I like the Reds, but the Reds right now are.
They're not going to spend the money.
I don't know. In dead last.
They are dangerously close to selling territory.
Very close. They're 16 games back of Milwaukee. The Pittsburgh Pirates have a better chance of getting a player and trading for players this year. They're above 500. They're 55-54 right now, guys. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
See, I wish that owner would spend some money. I mean,
I wish that owner would sell the team.
True. I mean, it's a shame when you've got Skeens there that they're not the kind of team that would be in the Scooble mix. Like, we're just going to go get another big pitcher to put with Skeens and build around it, and suddenly you're contending.
Zach, he is. Listen, at this point, I'm trying. Cleveland needs to do what's best for Ramirez at this point, because that dude's not gonna, you know what I mean? He's not gonna ask for a trade, right? They're gonna have to come to him and just like, hey, listen, dude, we want to do what's best for you. You're almost at the end of your career here. We want you to go get yourself a ring. We're gonna trade you to a contender. You know what I'm saying? And he is loyal to a fault, just like Mike Trout, loyal to a fault. He's not gonna want to go anywhere. He's not gonna ask for a trade. they're not going to ask for one, right? So what's the whole point? Which is disappointing, right? So, yeah, this is a good exercise. I like this one, seeing where these players are. Scooble, fortunately, it started bad at the beginning of the season for Detroit, and it's just going to end bad for Detroit, which is disappointing, right? Because last year they were close.
Well, I mean, and they're not that far out of it.
Mm-mm.
They're only 5.5 out of the division lead right now. So it's them letting him, like, getting rid of him and throwing in the towel. Basically, it's like, I don't know. You're so close.
They're going to get rid of him.
Oh, I know.
He doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Detroit's also a team that I can see, dropping, selling him and then just, bolstering their farm system again, because they used to have they were pretty top on the farm system before their, I know one of their big ones, I think, is now still not there. You're Max Clark, but McGonigal's there. And he's been, he was an all-star. So, I mean, like, he's having a great year already. So they just need to reload on that. I think they'd be fine even if they do get rid of him.
Well, I mean, you go look back historically. There's that famous picture of all the Detroit pitchers that went on to win World Series elsewhere. Like, they brought them up through their farm system, like Verlander and those guys, Scherzer, and it's like, then they couldn't keep them. It's like, why not spend the money to keep them? And it's funny. I mean, the Yankees overspend stupidly a lot of times. They especially did it back when George Steinbrenner was around. I don't understand teams like Detroit that don't look at us and be like, you know what? I don't care what the luxury tax is. We're not letting all these guys go. We're going to find a way to win with all of this. They just don't do it, though.
So there's two things with that. One, a lot of owners are stupid.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And two, a lot of owners are stupid.
Yes.
Yes and yes. That's right.
They're so smart with business, and yet they think that they can just, like, go and become owners and, like, dictate what they want. They're looking at it as fans. They're not looking at it as, like, an actual, like, business.
See, that's the way Steinbrenner, and I don't want to keep harping on this, but Steinbrenner looked at it this way. I don't care what it costs today. It's going to reap rewards in the future. These guys look at, am I losing money today? Am I losing money today? Am I losing money today? Like, quit. Like, they're playing day trading where others are, like, looking at long-term investment. And that's how you got to look at it with these things. You can't look at a baseball team like a day trader and, like, oh, shoot, we're losing money this year. So what? In 2 years, if you let it roll and you're winning championships, you're going to be making money like you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Donnie. He knows this.
Absolutely.
And I'm spitting this advice for free.
Shouldn't. Who wants to live in Detroit? Listen, I left Cleveland, and they're very close.
When you're making that kind of money, you're living in the only part of Detroit that's probably worth living in.
You're probably living outside of Detroit.
Or outside of Detroit.
Is it Auburn Hills, like the fancy place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where the Pincers play, the Palace of Auburn Hills, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't going up that. Detroit? No, we ain't doing it. Oh, don't come at me, Detroit people, okay? I'm from Cleveland, so I don't want to hear your bullshit, okay? Back off. So, Royals are going to be sellers. Imagine if Eric hears that they're going to trade, Witt Jr., holy shit. Do you think he'll lose his shit?
I don't think they'll ever trade.
They won't.
I'm not going to say that because, I mean, that's.
But any team would love to have him. That kid is a dynamic player.
But to me, it's almost becoming. I know it's going to be a few years away from there, but from the way he's popular, especially with Kansas City and that region, it's almost becoming like Trout level with Angels.
Yeah.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay. All right. I see you.
And the Royals, they don't have a great. They've got a decent farm system. It's not a great one. I don't know where they fall at on the list, Virgil, but I want to say they're probably in the teens.
I say if it's teens, it'll be in like low teens or even in the
or
20s.
in the low 20s maybe.
Try 25.
Really?
Ah, damn, they suck.
They have fallen a little bit.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know what I've seen come through here with the draft picks and some of the guys that have moved up. That there you go.
You're right, Zach.
Yeah.
I cannot disagree. But
the fact that they locked him up on 11-year 289 is a bargain right now too. So
compared to what like I mean, you got Soto who is doing absolutely effing nothing in New York with that $700 million contract that nobody wants. Nobody wants that contract. They're stuck with that forever. Like that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
Like at the very least, that Bobby Witt Jr. is 11 years, so you can say, all right, we can do something with this.
I still think Kansas City has a lot of their talent stuck kind of at high A and double A. They haven't even really made it to triple A because Omaha's not been doing great. And I don't know if it's just they're teetering out, but I know some of the people that have come through in the last few years, they're still a few years away from making a difference. And that's maybe the thing is in a couple more years, still have Bobby Witt there. He'll be, at the point of like, oh, he's still got 8 or 9 years left on this contract. And now you start plugging in the pieces around him. I mean, Garcia is really good. And even though I like Perez is getting on up there in years. Once they bring a couple of these younger catchers up and they got Caglione, I mean, they're going to start piecing together something decent here in a couple of seasons. They just got to get these guys from double A a little more work and up there.
So here's one that we haven't really been talking about, right? A team that are going to be definitely, in my opinion, I think they're going to be sellers. And specifically for one player. And this player just won the home run derby.
Yeah.
Jordan Walker.
Yeah. Because the Cardinals are just not doing a whole lot at all.
Nope. I think he gets traded. And unfortunately, I think he gets traded to one of the big threes, which pisses me off.
I mean, he's the kind of guy I could see Atlanta going after more so than some of these other names we've talked about going to Atlanta.
I don't think Atlanta needs more pitching than anything. I don't know if
they really do, but I'm just saying it just on the surface, though, he seems like the kind of guy they would go after. I don't know that they will, but you're right. They need pitching for sure.
Yankees is the kind of guy that they will go after.
Yeah, I can see that.
The Yankees would go after Jordan Walker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm looking here, it's like, it's going to be interesting because he's raking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that are. Go ahead, Virgil.
Why would the Yankees go after Walker when they have a bona fide home run hitter and Carlos Stanton just ready to come back?
Oh my God.
At what point are you going to get rid of him? Like, at what point you're like, dude, it's over, bro.
Yeah, I mean, just
send him back to Miami. Maybe he'll have fun in Miami.
I don't know why you don't cut. Yeah, I would send him to Miami and pay the whole fucking contract and just get rid of him. Like, we'll pay the contract.
Tell me how you really feel.
Like, you can have him. We'll pay the contract.
We'll pay you to take him.
Exactly. I mean,
how
many more years has he got? I know I've asked this before. I don't forgot what the answer is, but
do you mean in contract or in life? Because I need the
contract.
Okay,
probably
with you, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I think he still has a couple of years on that deal, which sucks. But it seems like it's been 15 years already, even though it's probably only been like 8. And it was what, a 10 or 12-year contract?
Runs through the 2027 season.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got 2 more. Yeah.
You got the rest of this season.
The rest of this season and next. I mean,
well, the good news is next season's going to be locked out, so it won't be a problem.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. Well, we're already paying him for nothing anyway.
Is he injured?
Did you see the amount of games he's played under this contract versus the amount of games that he has not played?
Yeah,
I have not seen that though.
Yeah,
he's been injured more than he's played.
No, he's played in 60% of the games.
Fuck out of here.
He's been injured in 40% of the contract.
Okay, of that 60%, how many is it in the minors for rehab?
Oh, I don't know, but I mean, and when you say played, that's just DHing. So he's like making 4 plate appearances a day.
Well, you know what you call an employee that shows up 60% of the time? Fired.
That's right.
Not in major sports, brother.
No, I know. It's load management, Donnie. You got to get used to it.
Oh my God.
Load management. How about the Orioles?
2 years ago they were like, damn, these guys are young, they're hot, they're kicking it, and now it's like they just went.
Do you think that Peter Alonso regrets going to there?
Probably.
I don't think so.
Well,
you don't think so?
No,
probably not. He probably is glad to be out of the mess of the Mets, and he's probably better off personally. And I mean, he's making a shit ton of money, so it doesn't matter.
He's fine. Yeah, but.
Yeah. I mean, hell, he's in a better position right now than he would be with the Mets anyway. As bad as the Orioles are,
well, I was just gonna
they're
say,
still better than the Mets.
The Orioles are 2 games back right now, the last spot in the wild card, while the Mets are
probably already eliminated.
10.5 back.
Yeah.
If you ask me who I think would bounce back between the Mets and the Orioles, I would probably say the Orioles at this point.
I would stay with the Orioles.
Yeah, and Zach's right about that.
Mm-mm.
Rutschman was he was the hottest thing a couple years ago too.
See, well, that's the thing though. Like with Orioles, they don't develop their pitching, but in Cleveland, they develop their pitching. They just can't develop hitting. They are absolutely the worst at developing batting. And you're telling me you're not going to pick up a bat, and this is what pisses me off about this team. You have a really good pitching staff already. You're good. You're set there. But you need your players to help you out, manufacture some runs, and they're not doing that.
Well, we can trade you Stanton.
I'll take him as DH right now.
Yeah, I would send him to Cleveland. I'd be like, you know what? You're going to send you to Cleveland.
The problem is in New York, he's not doing anything in New York, right?
No.
So in Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? Although, man, imagine putting Ramirez and Stanton right now.
I mean, it could actually help you guys.
There's a guy who I think could release a restaurant guide for New York, considering all the time he has now. It'd probably be Stanton.
Yeah, like, dude, just go away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then God bless you. Because no offense to the Yankees, I don't think they're World Series contenders.
No, not this year at all.
Well, you know who's also not World Series contenders? That's the Philadelphia 76ers. Just up LeBron James.
Thank you.
There's nothing actually wrong with that. So I'm going to be honest with you in this one. I am surprised.
Why is that?
Philly was really not on my list of teams I thought he'd go to.
Who was your top team that you thought he was going to go back? He was going to go to.
I honestly thought he was going to go back to Miami.
So did I.
That was before that leak stuff came out. Like I thought beforehand because he's already done the Cleveland. He's already come back twice. Miami just seemed like that would be the next step. I would be surprised at this age, at this part of his career, he would be taking on with a new team.
Here's the thing. My thought is I thought Miami was a better option, in my opinion. Cleveland is a good team, but like they would have had to do a lot to change their way they have their structure of the team to make it work with LeBron. So it would not work. Right. Mm-hmm. And so, but I think it would have been a cool story to see him retire as a Cleveland Cavalier. Right. Because I think this is his last contract. He's done.
Yeah.
And so, by the way, Liverpool just scored a goal.
I just saw that. I was getting ready to say the same thing once you got to a stopping point.
Right. And so I thought Miami was a better fit. But from everything I've seen so far, the talent, there's a lot more talent from the experts, right? Experts saying that Philadelphia has a much better. Oh, man, that's a hell of a goal.
He kicked it off of the Wrexham player's leg, and it went up over the goalie.
And it just ricocheted.
Anyway.
I think Miami with Giannis over there, had a better chance at landing him.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this goes.
It's Philadelphia, so
I don't think this makes them. This does not make them favorites in the East. I still think they're going to be behind Boston.
I think it's behind New York is the
Sorry, I
favorite.
meant New York. I didn't mean Boston. They'll probably be Boston. They still may be behind Boston, honestly, but I mean they'll definitely be behind New York. But that side, even though New York did win, the East is still seen as somewhat weaker compared to the West.
Correct.
So this could be a nice little boost. I'd be curious to see how he does.
I mean, I don't know. They're an old team anyway still. But, I mean, you got LeBron. If you can keep Embiid healthy, and they
Okay.
just got who do they
I
just
have a better chance of growing long hair, like
Well, that's
actually
like
growing hair
that's like
than
Stan's,
Embiid staying healthy. Come
well,
on.
yeah, I mean that's like asking Stanton to play 162 games. It's not going
Right.
to happen. But I mean, if you can get him to stay healthy at the end of the season or get him healthy for the playoffs, that could help. But they also got didn't they get what's his face from the Celtics?
Yes. Jalen.
Brunson.
No,
So I mean,
Brunson's
or,
not
Brunson.
or it wasn't Brunson. It was Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. So I mean,
Which means they have a scapegoat when LeBron fails.
well, you've got actually between LeBron, Embiid, and Brown, you've got one solid player and two, in walkers, getting the ball down the court. So I don't know. I think it could actually work. If it could work anywhere, it's going to be in the East because the Knicks are, not
Well,
necessarily.
he does
gonna
have an
contend.
easier path to a
Yeah,
championship.
that's what I
than
mean.
He
It's
does
an
in the
easier path.
West.
And
It's not guaranteed, but he does have an easier path.
Oh yeah, there's no San Antonio, there's no Oklahoma City, there's no Denver to worry about going through the playoffs. Oh, I get that part.
Yeah, and it's all about getting to the playoffs and getting to the championship, and then you worry about getting past one of them in a 7-game series.
Hell, even Minnesota. Minnesota was freaking dangerous in there in the playoffs. So, yeah, like the East is he at least he calculated this correctly to saying that the East is where he wanted to go because that was a better chance of him going back into the playoffs and make it far into the playoffs. I'm not gonna say championship. I'm just saying far in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, and he has a way of bringing some other people in. So I mean, if he can get a couple more pieces in there,
but the problem is they're capped already. They're
well,
strapped.
yeah, I mean, they're not going to get any big name players, but they can make probably some shifts around.
They literally have to release a player or trade a player in order to sign LeBron. That's how bad their salary cap is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yo.
That was close. So close.
Yeah, I'm watching Trash Pandas right now, so I don't know what's happening.
Wrexham is actually not a bad squad, guys.
He almost got a header in there. It just went right across the top of the net.
Let me see if they have promotion favorites for championship out or not yet, because I'm curious where they're ranked.
Since it's the three of us, we really should talk about what's been going on with. But I want to move into the NFL because I got some things I want to talk about in the NFL.
Oh, go ahead and start with that.
Okay. So, and I sent this to Virgil earlier today that I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to ask him, to put them on the discussion sheet of the 5 teams with the lowest chances to make the playoffs. Okay. But this is according to like all the betting sites and all of that. Okay. And so I'm going to give you some names. Okay. And I want you to know, well, actually, Donnie, without even looking, who has, I'm talking, this is bad. 1,800 plus 1,800 longest shot to make the playoffs. Who do you think that is?
That's got to be the Cardinals. I mean, that's kind of the obvious one.
That is the Cardinals.
And I think know who the second obvious.
All right, who is that?
Miami.
Those
are the 2 worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah, so Miami is
after that, I was
right
kind
there.
of a toss up. I'm not sure.
So we got 3 teams. One of them is my team, just so you know. One of them is my team.
I figure Cleveland's in there, but I've got a
It's
feeling.
roughly between plus 600 to plus 850, depending on which side you want to go to.
I'm looking at different numbers, but the same variances.
Cleveland, number 3. Okay, so we got Cardinals.
So the version I have does not have Cleveland at 3.
Interesting. I like that.
But it's very razor thin between the 3rd team and the 4th team.
Is it New Orleans?
It is not. No, this is only AFC.
Oh, AFC. I'm talking. This is all teams.
Play all teams.
Let me look at all teams then. So
all teams.
Cleveland, okay, then my rule still applies.
Okay, so you got number 1 Cardinals, number 2 Miami. And this is I'm looking at this is Yahoo Sports for me. Okay.
I'm looking at Fox Sports.
Okay, number 3 Cleveland. Who you got number 3?
Jets.
Interesting. The Jets are not on the top 5 for me here.
Really?
Yeah, New Orleans.
I would have said the Jets had to be in there. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Panthers are probably in there.
Nope,
Panthers are not. Nope.
Okay.
The Panthers are actually a pretty good team.
Although I know they are.
They lose their wide receiver for a couple of weeks with an LCL strain.
I saw that today. Yeah.
The New Orleans Saints is number 4 for me.
Not for me.
Who's number 4 for you?
Raiders.
See, I don't have the Raiders at all here. In number 5, the Tennessee Titans.
Titans.
Wow.
That's wild. First of all, Miami, I see. Arizona, I see. Cleveland, as a fan, I see, and I got to put my fandom aside and look at how this team is constructed. Brand new coach. We have no idea, no clue whatsoever who's going to be the quarterback for this team, right? Is it Shador Sanders? Is it numbnuts over there? Like, we don't know, right? We don't know. The New Orleans Saints are a hot mess. The New York Jets, I don't know why the New York Jets are not on this. It's intriguing to me. And the Carolina Panthers are pretty low, but they're not that low.
Panthers are 7th from the bottom on my side.
Yeah.
But there's some I don't agree with this listing because to me, and this is not even going with what happened today, I think the Falcons should be a lot lower, or in this case higher on this list than everybody else. I think the Panthers and Saints have a better chance than the Falcons.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, so here's interesting. Opening odds. Let me see here. For the Carolina Panthers are plus 220 to make it on the Yahoo Sports. Interesting. Cleveland is a plus 600. The Bears are plus 100, so they're not too far off from Carolina.
Yeah, I've got Bears at plus 108 on mine.
I don't know, man. I agree. I don't think Carolina should be on the list. I think the New York Jets should be on the list.
Oh, yeah.
The Raiders should be on the list.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who the other teams are that are kind of down.
The biggest surprise to me on my list. So it's split between NFC, AFC.
Okay, I like this one. Tell me.
But I was able to do an aggregate on this. Do you want to guess who is the second best odds to make the playoffs?
Would you say AFC?
AFC.
Second best?
Second best odds to make the playoffs.
The best odds is Buffalo.
Correct.
New England.
Nope, they're third best.
So Kansas City?
Fourth best.
Really?
Yep.
I'm intrigued.
Now, if I'm asking this question, you have to think how they were last year.
Cincinnati?
Cincinnati is in the middle of the pack on this list.
Hold on. I'm going to think about that. And you said AFC.
AFC.
The Chargers.
Fifth best. Actually, they're tied with the Chiefs, but it's not the Chargers. This team did not make the playoffs last year.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Baltimore has the second highest odds of making the playoffs.
I
Now,
don't.
I don't know if that part of that is because the AFC North is
A shit show.
kind of in a tailspin right now, because Pittsburgh is sitting at plus 188. And they actually, if we're going off the list, the only 5 teams above the Titans and the Steelers of the AFC are the Titans, Browns, Raiders, Jets, and Dolphins.
Shit.
So they're expecting a big drop from Pittsburgh, like we all are.
Yeah.
I was expecting a big drop, anyways.
Yeah. But I found that interesting that the Ravens have a higher odds to make the playoffs compared to the Patriots, Chiefs, and Chargers.
Well, remember, Patrick Mahomes is coming back from an ACL tear.
Yes.
So he's not 100% just yet there. New England is this is what the rookie's quarterback second year in the league. Vrabel in the whole situation. Hell, the Jaguars made the playoffs last year.
Jaguars, I think, are going to be pretty solid this year after another, like having a year under Cohen.
Yeah.
Kind of getting some things together. I think they're going to make some even more improvement.
I don't think they win the division, but I think they get in.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second, because you got the Texans, the Jaguars, the Colts, and the Titans. We already said the Titans are not going to make it. You got the Colts.
They could win that division, actually.
I think it's going to be Texans.
Really?
I think that they're going to build off that defense from last year. They got some offensive weapons. It's just a matter of quarterback for me and with the Texans.
Okay.
The way that I'm looking at it, and again, don't put this in stone because it's subject to change for me. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Bengals, Cleveland, and that's how they end on that one.
Pittsburgh is such a wild card for me at this point. I can see Bengals and Pittsburgh flipping.
Yeah. But the problem is with the Bengals is ownership as well, right? They're not willing to sign any players or anything like that. So it's like another team that you like, which is supposed to be really good, but like they're not because their ownership is not willing to do what they're supposed to do, right? So here's the thing. Again, and I'm about to grab a little bit of my fandom here. I don't think Cleveland's going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams this year. They're going to surprise people.
I really don't expect Cleveland to be bad this year. I don't expect them to be like, in the playoff hunt, but I expect them to be, somewhat competitive compared to some of the other Browns.
I agree. I think they're going to be a competitive team. Yes, Myles Garrett is gone, and I get that. I understand that. But I think now that, he's not there, they're not depending on just one player. Now it has to be a full team effort now for Cleveland to say, all right, we got to step our game up.
Well, and they did get
Kurt Verse.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a drop off, but it's not a cliff size.
He's still
drop
a beast.
off. Yeah. It's not like they've fallen off the cliff with it.
Yeah.
So, I think this is an addition by subtraction situation for them a little bit. Overall,
I think they're going to surprise people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I found that list very intriguing. That like the highest odds to make the playoffs. I'm no surprise. Miami, they're a hot mess. They have to do a full just like gut job there, right? Start fresh. The Titans, Jesus Christ, another bad owner, right? Who just firing people because like they're not doing good, but they're not willing to put the time to let that develop and sink in.
Right.
And Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, but I don't believe in their coach. I don't. The last couple of years, even what he did with with the Cowboys, I don't think that's gonna work. Rodgers is 41 years old. I think Rodgers is more worried about his farewell stuff than he is about the team itself, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm really, really just morbidly curious about the Steelers this year.
Oh, I would love to see them implode. Oh, it'd be so good.
I want to end on this note, going on the NFC. So we already know that the Cardinals are last at plus 1,600. Do you want to guess the next team before them? Or after them, I guess, technically, in this.
The Giants.
The Giants. Do you want to get? I'm not going to tell you what their number is. So Cardinals are at plus 1,600.
1,200.
No, Giants at plus 295.
Damn.
It's as big as a gap as they're looking at in the NFC right now, with Cardinals versus everybody else.
Wow.
So the question that I have here, and of course I know this is way. Remember, Cardinals do have some good talent. They're just having a lot of problems. Are we looking at a possible Ofer team here?
That's so hard to do.
It really is.
Trust me, I've saw 16 of those. I've experienced this as a fan. I do not. Even if Kyler Murray was there, I do not wish that on anybody.
I don't think they go over. I mean, Brissett's going to win a game or two for them, I think.
If they can stay healthy.
I mean, I did hear the over-under for them is 3.5. I heard that today on DP. And he had somebody look it up. When's the last time anybody had that low of an over-under? Do you know when it was? There was two teams that had a lower over-under in win total at the same time, the same year.
Cleveland was one of them.
Nope.
What?
Detroit?
Nope.
No.
Two teams had less than 3.5 as their over-under for the season, and they both had it the same year. That's the best hint I can give you.
Now, is this a recent, or is this like back when you were alive?
In the 1800s.
In your lifetime, Virgil. You're the youngest one here.
Shit. All right, so in the 2000s.
There's a whole other decade in his lifetime other than the 2000s. I'll put it that way.
So in the 90s?
Okay, I'll give you that. It's in the 90s.
The Lions were bad.
The last hint I'll give you, and if this doesn't give it away, you're not thinking straight. Two teams at the same time, the same year, had this.
See, that's what's throwing me off. Is I'm trying to think about what the.
Was it Giants and Jets?
Mm-mm.
It was Saints.
No,
not even the Saints.
The Bears?
No.
I said the Lions already. Was that Lions one of them?
No.
What the?
Is this gonna be like Panthers and Jaguars?
Boom.
Are you serious?
Expansion year, 1995.
Damn!
I knew it. I knew the year had something to do with it. So
that's why I kept saying two teams at the same time, the same year. Expansion teams came into the league. Jacksonville and Carolina, their first year, were not expected to win more than 3 games in their first season.
I cannot believe that was the. I cannot believe.
I was shocked when I heard it today, so I was like, I gotta save that one, throw it at you guys tonight, and see what happens.
Wow.
Yep, that's the last time there was a lower over/under in win totals for any team in the NFL.
So Jaguars and Panthers, huh?
Yeah, first season they were not expected. Neither team was expected to win more than 3 games to start their first season.
The Panthers had more of a success.
Yeah.
Than
actually, they both had pretty good success. I'll be honest, I didn't even look it up. I think Virgil's actually looking it up right now. At least he looks like he is. I don't know what their win totals were, but I think they were both maybe over 5.
Panthers finished 7-9. You said 1995?
95 first season, yeah.
Panthers finished 7-9.
Yeah.
The Jaguars.
I think they were better actually by maybe a game. Oh, they weren't. Okay.
They were closer to that number at 4-12.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, I
Donnie,
thought the Panthers had a
good
better.
job out of you.
I thought the Panthers had a better season,
I
but
like that.
because it wasn't but a few years after that the Jaguars were in the playoffs because they were in the playoffs early.
They were.
The Panthers were too, but I mean, they both had some quick success in the 90s.
With Brunell,
yeah,
the lefty side swinger, he's just like, like I remember all of that.
yeah.
This is going to be a wild NFL season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we haven't even started discuss this. And you know what? It's probably, we should probably discuss this and let me know what you guys think about this. So, and this is a transition now that the NFL, we're going to continue with the NFL talk next week because we're getting hey, training camp is happening now. I mean, we're starting to get there. We're already there, right?
A Hall of Fame game is next Thursday, the 6th. So
who plays the Hall of Fame game?
Carolina and Arizona.
Before you do that, I do need to circle back on.
Is there an over/under on that game already?
Oh my God!
Yes, there is.
Shut up.
Over/under 36.5. Carolina's -1.5. I mean, it's all the backups playing anyway, so
all the rookies and stuff are playing. I'm excited to watch some football again. What were you going to say, Virgil?
I wanted to circle back on something you were asking earlier. You were asking about Wrexham's promotion odds.
Yes.
So currently they're sitting 5-1, which puts them as 7th as possible promotion favorites.
Second?
7th.
7th?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'll take it.
Your promotion favorites are, of course, the 3 teams that went down. So that's West Ham, Wolverhampton, and Burnley. When it comes to teams that are been in championship, possibly being promoted, you have Middlesbrough, Birmingham, and Sheffield United, which that one surprises me considering how their season went as the 3 possible favorites before Wrexham.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Birmingham, I can see Middlesbrough, but
they play so good against Birmingham, though. Which, by the way, have you watched the latest season, Donnie?
No, I haven't yet. I
Woo, baby, you're about man. Listen,
yeah, I need to get on that. I'm
on episode 3 now.
Okay. Real quick, I watched the documentary on Netflix, Being Eddie, on Eddie Murphy. If you haven't watched that and you like Eddie Murphy, you got to watch that. That is fantastic. Because it's basically a 2-hour or hour and 45-minute basic interview with him and a lot of other comedians and stuff. And
his brother was in there. R.I.P.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some pretty good stuff about his brother too. But like Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Jerry Seinfeld, a bunch of guys, a lot of comedians interviewed. His life is fantastically fascinating.
By the way, what does that have to do with Wrexham?
Nothing. You were just talking about stuff that we've watched, and that popped in my head, and I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I was waiting for him to say Eddie Murphy was part owner of like.
I was waiting for the sports take on this one.
There was no sports take. This was a non-sports. Just
waiting on that one. Just want you to.
Well, I did watch another thing that has some sports to it, but you probably don't want to hear about that either.
If you say Banana Bowl, I will shut you off right now.
The new Will Ferrell series, Hawk, is funny as hell. It's 10 episodes on Netflix as well. It's golf.
No, don't really care.
I know. I figured you didn't. I love Will Ferrell.
Listen, everybody, like my friends have been trying to get me to play golf. I don't want to play golf.
Yeah.
I have no interest.
You don't have to play golf to enjoy the golf aspect. It's like Happy Gilmore meets Ricky Bobby almost in some ways.
What up, kiddo? Going to bed? Yeah. All right.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
You want a what?
I want my putt-putt.
You what?
Oh,
putt-putt is different. That's
putt.
Yeah, putt-putt is different.
Yeah, that's not golf. That's fun.
That's fun. Golf is not fun. Putt-putt is fun.
How is it different? You're whacking a ball on the course. Golf, whacking a ball on the course. Putt-putt, whacking a ball on the course.
She's not wrong.
Go to sleep. Love you, kiddo. See you in the morning. Love you. Go. Okay. Oh. Bye.
Don't tickle me. Bye. I have my big purse.
I see your big purse. Anyways, all right. So there's one more topic that I want to talk about. If you're okay with this, Virgil.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Donnie and I put this on a thread, but nobody really gravitated towards it. But Notre Dame and other schools now. You know what I'm going with.
I know what you're going with. I saw that earlier. I just didn't comment on the thread about it, but I was in the middle of
Sponsor
stuff.
patches.
Yep.
They're all the teams are doing it now.
Yeah, because I heard him talking about Ohio State with J.P. Morgan Chase or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, dude.
So you and me were listening to Dan Patrick today. I can tell you were listening to that. And here's the thing that they did not. They were like, oh well, the New York Red Bulls, right? They're the only team. Here's what they don't understand. In the KBL, in the Korean Baseball League.
Oh yeah.
They're named after their main sponsors.
Right.
And no one thought to really think about that.
Well, that's because they don't cover baseball on mainstream sports talk.
That's also true.
And you gotta like I do, those uniforms along with the Mexican League look like, I mean, they're like telling NASCAR, hold my beer on those uniforms.
Yeah.
Like they got shit up and down the legs everywhere. Front, back.
The Caribbean leagues, they all do that.
Yeah. I mean, they got names everywhere on that thing.
Yeah. So, but I thought that was very interesting. And everybody's starting to, here we go again, right? Like, oh, there it is. Like, guys, what do you think was going to happen?
Right.
Like, even the Yankees have a patch now.
That was the thing. I was like, well, oh my gosh, the story. Once the Yankees put something on their sleeve and they don't do shit,
yeah,
it's going to happen to somebody.
And so, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that's inevitable. We're also. The thing is, if it goes beyond a single one, that's when more people are going to lose their shit over it. But we're used to seeing. Well, it's like they said too. Again, you heard it today too. It's like, well, the Nike logo's been on there, and it's like, well, they make it, so it's got to have their logo on it. Well, they don't have to have it right there.
Nike doesn't make it; it's Fanatics that makes it.
Well, I know, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like Nike, Under Armour,
their patch on it and move on.
Whoever, they have their stuff on there because they're the manufacturer, they're the whatever. But but anyway, yeah, I think if you're right, every team in college is going to eventually have it. They may not all have it this season, but I guarantee you by next season they will. And
with the NIL, the way that it's going,
yeah, it's a matter of whether they have one on. If you have one on the chest, do you add one on the? I mean, I don't think they'll have it everywhere because I think colleges are still going to try to maintain some amount of control on that. But if they can get a big sponsor to give them $10 million, say, that's an extra $10 million in NIL money because that's probably all that's going to do is go to NIL. And then do they start doing it by sport? Does baseball get like $3 million from somebody just for the baseball team or whatever?
Virgil.
I feel like watching soccer for a long time has kind of desensitized me from.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit.
Promotion from sponsorships on outfits.
Yeah,
because I mean that's just kind of like I know people like freak out about that, but it's like it's been a thing. Like if you watch any sort of European basketball game or any sort of game in general, like it's there. It's been there.
That's the thing that gets me about learning soccer. That I've always. I mean, I'm getting used to it, but that was one of the drawbacks for me watching soccer was. Like I couldn't tell based on the crest who the freaking team was because I didn't know the crests. I didn't know the symbols. And I'm looking at a team and I'm like, Emirates, like, I don't know who the fuck that is. I know who Emirates is. I don't know what team that is. Like,
See, for me, it was the same thing with that as you, Virgil, because like down in Puerto Rico, like all the teams have so many sponsors on their jerseys on the baseball leagues, right? That it just doesn't I'm so like numb to it, like you said, so desensitized to the point. It's like, oh my god, look at all this. I'm like, on the batting helmets, they're sponsors, on the hats, they're sponsors, on the jerseys, they're sponsors, on the pants, they're sponsors. No one cares anymore.
Yeah, when I first started following soccer, I recognized the teams by the sponsors they were wearing for that
Yeah.
year. And then when they changed it, it's like, okay, that's when I had to start learning the crest. So yeah, but that's just how it's always. That's how it's been. I'm not gonna say always been, but that's what that's like. So that coming over here, now if it gets to the point where, you mentioned like the KBL, or the fact it's like Red Bull Salzburg, there's Red Bull Leipzig, Red Bull New York. If that will probably be when I think a lot of lines will be pushed if a sponsor wants to take over a team name. It won't happen in college, I don't think, but ultimately,
like they're calling themselves like the Raleigh Cheer Wines or something like that, right? The Carolina Cheer Wines. You're not going to see that.
Yeah, like you're not going to see. You're not going to see. I don't think you'll see anything like that. But I mean, it's like if Nike hasn't done that with Oregon, it's not going to happen.
Right.
So but at the same time, it's like I think a lot of people just kind of freak out because it's new and they don't understand it. I think this is something that was going to be coming years ago.
Well, and a lot of people, and this is a take that I'm probably going to get hate on when I make the clips. All right, in Europe, it's normal. No one cares. Only here in the U.S. is the only place that I've seen where everybody loses their shit over a sponsor. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
I would only kind of, I'm not going to say care, but kind of like go, oh, if it's like a gambling, like online gambling or a crypto one, like something that you know shady.
The thing that got me was when the umpires were umpire uniforms in MLB were sponsored by crypto, the FTX. I was like, what the? That's the most conspiracy forming thing when you've got the people that are controlling the rules being sponsored by crypto or again, like if it was DraftKings.
You better get used to it because either some like DraftKings or will do it or Kalshi, somebody's going to come and say, hey, we'll sponsor you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no, that doesn't really matter to me anymore. Like obviously, there's so much corruption going on with all these leagues, especially what's going on with
the teams.
FIFA.
I just don't see the officials needing to have any kind of sponsorship on their
They don't
uniform.
give a shit.
I know they don't, but that just is stupid to me.
They don't care. They don't care about your opinion. They don't care about my opinion or Virgil's opinion. They know that they're getting a very big fat check.
Yeah.
Just for having that FTX patch.
Yeah.
Do not care.
If there's any patch that should go on umpires, which would be the most hilarious one, it should be like Warby Parker.
The what?
Warby Parker.
Oh, yeah.
But no, this is just kind of what this is just
for Sainsbury Eye Center.
Yeah, exactly. But like that's just like sponsorships on jerseys is part of it. Like we have like look at NASCAR.
Well, see, I've been I'm not a huge NASCAR fan. I'm certainly not a Zach Beeson level NASCAR fan because Zach loves NASCAR. But I grew up with NASCAR, and so I've been around the fact. I've always found it humorous that there is so many patches, and when you hear an interview with a NASCAR driver, that has always been the funniest thing to me to see how they integrate every sponsor into their response that they can. How was it out there today? Well, the Coca-Cola Chevrolet blah 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 car did fantastic today. It's like that was always fascinating to me. So I couldn't care less, honestly, overall. I think it's funny that that it is or has taken this long in a lot of ways, but and to some extent there's the nostalgic part of me that's annoyed by seeing it on there, but it's like I don't really care. It's going to happen. It's almost to the point where even college football, like my friend Scott is gotten to the point where he's like, I just don't give a fuck about college football anymore with all the money and shit. It's like it's not the same as it used to be. And he's like, you don't have players staying with the school. It's different rosters every year. He's like, I'm just losing interest in college football in general. And that's just where money ruins everything.
I don't care. Honestly, I mean,
from a nostalgia
Sponsors,
standpoint.
yeah, but again, we're in the period right now in Major League Baseball that like nostalgia is a thing of the past now. Like
Oh, absolutely.
even all of that. Like we have to adapt to the new future of baseball, right? With all these sponsors, with on the helmets, where everybody has Strauss on it. Remember during the playoffs and all this other stuff. Like it doesn't. Oat milkers, for God's sakes. You guys know how I feel about oat milkers, and look at all this shit.
I should have worn my oat milkers jersey if I had known we were going to get to this point tonight.
But it's true though, right? Like, Major League Baseball made this decision
Maybe next
and
week.
then implemented it into minor league baseball.
Right.
And
And
they
I
give
thought
a shit about the opinions of the minor league system. No,
No.
they didn't care.
And I thought the Strauss thing was going to bother me more on the helmet. It does. I mean, I can't even tell it's on there to be honest with you, from watching games live. It blends in, so it's irrelevant. And I get it. It is what it is. It kind of annoyed me at first, but the thing that started it for me overall was stadium naming rights and calling a stadium by a corporate name. I'm not doing that.
Progressive Field.
Yeah,
You
I
know
mean,
what it's always called that?
I still call it Jacobs Field or whatever.
When I went to it, it was Jacobs Field. That's what it's always been to me.
Yeah, I mean, when I talk most of the time when I talk about a stadium, I will call it for the most part, not every time, because I still call Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte Bank of America Stadium because that's just what I've known it as from the start. But
Why is this such a big deal?
it's like I will be like, the Astros Stadium or the Dodger Stadium or whatever. Like I don't care about like Lone Depot Park, and that's Marlins Park to me. I just call it by the team name.
See, I know them as Lone Depot Park.
Right. So most people
But
don't even.
it doesn't
I don't
bother
know
me.
what sponsors even sponsor some of the teams.
Tropicana Field.
I'm
Still
not
call it
calling-
Tropicana Field.
I'm not going to. Well, yeah. I mean, Tropicana Field has always been kind of Tropicana Field. Like to me in Houston, it was
Obviously,
always
they're no
Minute
longer
Maid Park.
Tropicana Field, right?
Right.
I don't think they're Tropicana anymore.
But and like when you see a game at Arrowhead and it's called Geehaw, whatever, I'm like,
Bless you.
God, it's Arrowhead.
I know, right?
Nope, still Tropicana Field.
Levi
I mean,
Stadium.
there
It doesn't
are
bother
some-
me.
There are some that the sponsorship is like that's just what it's known as. There's some that the sponsorship keeps changing, and I'm not going to keep changing with that. I may call it by an old sponsor name, if anything, or I'll just call it by the team if I don't know what the sponsor's name is, because I'm not going to keep changing when the naming rights change every time.
Yeah, it doesn't. That people say it bothers me. It bothers me. It doesn't bother me anymore. Like I'm so like
I don't know what the Steelers play in now. It's Heinz Field to me, but it's not Heinz
I
Field
thought it was
anymore.
Acrisure.
Yeah, like I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't wait to watch that game at Acrisure Field tonight. Like, screw that. Where are you going?
Nothing's going to compare to the KFC Yum Center.
That's true. That's true. That is a good one there.
Exactly.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, that's a good one in Louisville for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's the Steelers. Is Acrisure. It's an insurance company.
Like when Detroit became Comerica Park, obviously they moved out of old Tiger Stadium. So, like, why wouldn't you call it the new Tiger Stadium? I don't call Rate Field in Chicago Rate Field. I didn't even call it Guaranteed Rate Field. It was like New Comiskey to me.
Yeah, so for me, if I've been there and that's what it was called, that's the name I go with. So to me, it is Comerica because that's what it was when I was there.
Right. So some of them I'll go with. Some of them I'm like,
y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. It's like, get off my lawn. It's always going to be Jacobs Field to me. Like that in Cleveland, like they have this big thing. It's like, it's always going to be Jacobs Field. Bro, get over yourself. No one cares that your opinion is that it is going to be Jacobs Field. Nobody cares.
Well, most of the ones like that are the ones I just don't know what the sponsor is anymore because it's changed. And I'm like,
are you sure? Because Cleveland has made a pretty good job at making sure that they have their name sponsor.
I don't want to call it Progressive Field because that triggers Patrick.
So?
No, I don't mind. I mean, I'll call it Progressive Field sometimes too, but it still kind of feels like it should be called the Jake.
If I go back to it, I'll call it Progressive.
Jacobs Field, he used to be the owner. Does he own the team?
No.
then fuck it. He's out. Bye. Progressive Field. See, that's the thing. Like, I do like, my energy is not going to be spent on somebody, on a name.
Yeah.
Cleveland Brown Stadium is no longer Cleveland Brown Stadium. Okay. It's Huntington Field now.
See, I wouldn't have known that. I'd just be like, where the Browns play.
After the Columbus Clippers?
Yes, sir. There's two. That's why they call it that, because it's Huntington in Columbus, and then Cleveland is Huntington Field.
Well, that's like with the Segra. There's
Huntington Stadium.
Segra Park here in Columbia for the Fireflies, and it's Segra Stadium in Fayetteville for the Woodpeckers.
I'm sorry. No, Donnie, for someone who, as a purist who has been the Columbia Fireflies the inaugural season, it will always be known as Spirit Communications Park. Thank you very much.
Very true.
I still have a picture where they had Spirit Communications on the top. I need to find that because I just wanted to. I like that one.
I actually have, and I actually took this out of a building that Segra has because they took it off the wall and just stuck it in a closet. There's actually an artist rendering on a piece of it's like a hard plastic, HDF kind of plastic. I think that thing's about 4 foot by 2.5 feet tall. Artist rendering of Spirit Communications Park when it was first designed, and they had it hanging in one of their offsite, what they call a pop site, where they have fiber hub site.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. I always liked it when I go in there and see it hanging on the wall. And they had a huge round one with the Fireflies logo on it. They still had the Firefly one on the wall, but because it changed to Segra and it's not Spirit Communications anymore, they just took that one off the wall. So I was like, well, I'm going to take it home with me because ain't nobody else going to take it.
I got to go through my old pictures and find that because I think they're on the other computer.
I'm sure I have some as well.
I know them as Segra Park.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of them I do call by their name, but there's some stadiums that I'm not going to frequently that I don't know what the name of the sponsor is, and I just call it by the team name because I'm not going to take the time to look up who sponsors it.
Okay, so Ed, what's Asheville?
No one cares. Whatever their ballpark is, whatever the sponsor is. Hey, what's it? Hey, I always say, hey, where the Asheville Tourists play.
Well, see, that's always been McCormick Field, and now it's got a sponsor name to it, and I'm not going to ever call it by that. It's McCormick Field to me forever.
Get off my lawn.
Sorry.
He'll say that until Progressive Field becomes Banana Ball Field. Then he'll really change his opinion.
No, I'll just say where the Cleveland Guardians play. Banana Field is not going to be never that. So just let's be honest about that. They rather sponsor something else that's a lot more successful than Cleveland. So let's not and say we did. You know what I mean? So
there's no chance they're going to have an Art Modell Stadium there or anything like that.
Not a chance in fucking hell. Hell will freeze over before they do that. They already named the stadium Art Modell Stadium. It's in hell.
They will rename it to Art Modell Stadium, and then the next day they'll implode it.
Oh, wow.
With it. I don't care.
You know what's funny, though, is Art Modell caught way more hell for moving to Baltimore than the Ursays ever caught for moving to Indianapolis. Which is funny to me because they both did the same thing. They both packed up, moved.
Yeah, but the Ursays did it so long ago, though.
But they still own the team. That's what's crazy. Is they still own the team, even though they moved it. Modell owned the team for a while, and then he didn't.
Yeah, man, fuck Modell. First of all, it's not bullshit right there. I think it's also because it was so so much in the news, right? And then they got sued, and he lost the naming rights to the team name, the history, all of that. Yeah. So he lost everything.
Right.
Yeah, I think that one was just messier in general. That's why.
Yeah, that's true. A messy divorce.
Yeah.
Bolton was like, "Oh, okay, well, we lost our team,"
and then they got a new team. let's not get started on this. But nothing bugs the hell out of me more than a team leaving and then a city getting another team.
And I will
I'm like,
never accept any apology from it. Like, oh, Ed, I know you lost. Man, fuck Baltimore, okay?
right.
Fuck the Ravens. Like 100%. I hope they leave. If they ever they lose, I'll be the first one to party if they leave Baltimore. I do not care.
Yeah. I mean, the Hornets moving to New Orleans was the stupidest thing for me ever. And then they give them a new team after a stupid name, after their owner. And then eventually they give them back the Hornets name. But it's like, you've already just screwed this franchise.
So here's the thing, though. Here's something that we don't talk about it. Why the whole Cleveland move was a lot more prominent than Baltimore. That Cleveland team was so good in '95.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like that was a Super Bowl contending team,
Right.
right? And then he just up and left because he didn't get his way of a stadium.
Right.
But he should have waited a couple of years. And then the Baltimore Ravens goes on and wins the Super Bowl, right? So that's why like no one will ever say, anything good about our Modell or the Modell family.
Right.
Well, we talk about teams coming back to cities after leaving. I wonder how the NBA is going to work with Seattle.
Yeah.
Doesn't Oklahoma own all of the Seattle history and all that, or did they do the same thing as Cleveland did?
I don't know. I don't know where they stand on that. I kind of want. The reason why I'm asking is because I'm wondering: is there a set amount of time where it's okay?
I think Seattle should be the Supersonics.
I mean, I think they should be the Supersonics.
Yeah.
I don't think they should like inherit the history of the Supersonics.
I think
to the
should.
new team.
I think they should.
I think they should.
It's the same thing as Cleveland. Same thing as Cleveland.
I mean, I guess the city owns the history more than the team does. I get that.
Give all that history to Seattle. Give all that back. All their Hall of Fame players, all of that stuff. They're like they earned their stripes in Seattle. They didn't earn their stripes in Oklahoma. They earned it in Seattle.
Yeah, I guess the history should stay with the city. Now that you say that, yeah, you're right.
Same. You know what? This is a great time to talk about this. Same thing with Tampa Bay Rays, right? The Tampa Rays.
Yeah.
What happens if the Tampa Bay Rays leave? Are they going to leave the Rays moniker and all of that in Tampa? Right? And then wherever they go, become a new team?
Well, do you think, even though they're a different name, look at Tennessee and the Oilers?
First of all, fuck Tennessee and that bullshit that they try to play with the Houston teams, the Cougars and all that.
Yeah, they tried to hold on to the Oilers' history, but I don't know that anybody
Tennessee will never be Oilers ever.
Well, technically, they were the Oilers for the first year, so
because they didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember going to see the Tennessee Oilers play. They were playing at Vanderbilt's Stadium.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I got to see an NFL game at Vanderbilt Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because if you think back, like when the Braves moved from Milwaukee. Hank Aaron still kind of had. That's what's funny though. Hank Aaron kind of created the crossover because he went back to the Brewers. So he had a history with the Milwaukee Braves and a history with the Milwaukee Brewers. So it kind of muddies that one a little bit. Because I don't think the Brewers own the Milwaukee Braves history. The
Brewers, Seattle Pilots.
Well, yeah, I mean they have the Seattle Pilots history too. You're right.
That Milwaukee is like it's so enthralled in so much like baseball, like stealing and losing and stealing, and it's just like it's a hot mess.
Right.
It's a great name for the Brewers, and that's Bud Selig, by the way. That was Bud Selig's doing.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't remember that he was an owner.
Yep.
Before he became commissioner of baseball.
Wasn't it the same with the Senators going to Minnesota? So you have the Washington Senators. I mean, baseball's got a lot of those.
How about this? NBA.
Well, you had multiple Washington Senators because there was also the Senators that went to Texas and became the Rangers.
Right. Yeah.
Was it the Lakers? The Lakers were not the Lakers in LA always. They were in Minnesota.
No Lakes in LA. I mean, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. But like, everyone's like, oh, this LA history. I was like, motherfucker, y'all went in Minnesota first. The New Orleans Jazz, now the Utah Jazz, right? Like, I mean,
that bustling jazz scene in Salt Lake.
Yeah, and Salt Lake is real bustling. All right,
watch out. We will get Zach riled up here at the end.
I don't know about you guys, but whenever we go to Utah for that baseball trip we're supposed to take, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Jazz seems like over there.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be nice and great.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, if you think about it, based on what we've just talked about, there are times where that history hasn't stayed with the city, and there are times that it has. But I agree with you saying it should go back. If they have the Sonics, it should go back. The Sonics history should be with the new Sonics franchise because it should be part of that Seattle.
Absolutely. It's part of it's part of Seattle.
Now, let me ask you this. If they gave Seattle a new team and they were not the Sonics, they chose a different name, then how do you feel about that history? Does the history go back to the Seattle?
Go back to Seattle.
I feel like you put emphasis on the first name and not the second name. The Seattle.
Seattle. Same with me. I put emphasis on in Seattle being the emphasis there and not the actual team name.
So should the New Orleans Pelicans have the Jazz history?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. See, some of them are more muddied to me than others, but
there are some I would probably there probably are some I would question.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that's just kind of what I think.
Like when you think of Pistol Pete, what do you think of?
You think of the New Orleans Jazz. Yeah.
Well, you think of Oklahoma State, actually, but
besides, no, I'm talking in professional, not Oklahoma State.
Yeah, professionally, you think New Orleans Jazz.
New Orleans, right? You don't think of like the Minnesota Jazz. You think of the New Orleans Jazz in, for Pistol Pete, right? Yeah, you like my knowledge there on basketball? You're welcome. But that's the truth, right?
I know you're going to get in a whole discussion about Oklahoma State versus New Mexico State versus Wyoming.
Yeah, let's not go there. We'll go. Yeah, that's it for another day.
That's another day.
Yeah, like I mean, we're already at the top of the hour here, guys. It's 10 o'clock. We had some good conversation tonight about a lot of discussions that we had today, and we didn't even touch on one of the things that I really wanted to touch on and discuss today.
Oh yeah, we have a whole Monday thing for that.
We tune in on Monday, guys, because we are about to have a full-on blown discussion on FIFA and their corruption that they have going on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Lord knows what's going to change between now and then.
Well, did you see that CONCACAF already came out with it?
No, CONCACAF came out with a statement that says we're concerned, but we haven't decided how we landed on this.
Yeah. All European is like, yep, nope, we're good. Croatia was like, yep, nope, we're with a European nation group.
Well, it's funny because since the broke out, literally today, Czechia's president or FA president says, "I side with Infantino."
No shit.
The Czech league has come out and say, "Fuck that guy. We don't agree with this." There's already infighting within a country about this.
Well, because that's one person who's corrupt versus a whole league. The whole league is like, no, we ain't doing this. No.
Yeah. A lot of people are about to be telling on themselves. So I'll be curious what all the shakeout of this is.
We are about to. Monday night is going to be a fun discussion on this, guys. So come back on Monday night, same channel. Okay, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Okay, on your YouTube channel, we're going to be discussing a lot. We're going to spend a lot of times with this because between now and then, there's going to be a lot of news that are going to be coming out. Right? I mean, this is stuff like this is big, and obviously there's going to be a little bit of politics involved with this because there are politics involved in this one heavily, especially here in the U.S. So. Kushner family. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. So there's that. Make sure you guys are following each and every single one of us. Again, Sunday night, 9 p.m. on YouTube and TikTok. Donnie and I will be doing the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast, and then eventually we'll come out again on Tuesday for that. So until then, guys, make sure you guys support the minor leagues, and we will see you guys on the next one. And bye.